So this is question 18. In question 18 we have a universal social charge USC, PRSI and income tax. John White is a factory manager. He earns 54,000 a year. His yearly tax credit is 4,300. His standard cut-off rate is 36,000. He pays a standard rate of 20% and a higher rate of 42%. He pays USC as in question 11. Question 11 is here to the right. And PRSI on his salary at the rate of 4%. How much income tax does he pay in the year is question 1. And how much does he pay in USC? So what we're going to do is we're going to answer, we're going to do the full breakdown of the full question anyway, okay? But we can figure out how much he pays in USC. So we're going to go for USC first, okay? So that's going to be number 2 is going to come first. Okay? So USC. So his USC is going to be the first 10,036 is going to be paid at 2%. So it's going to be 10,036 multiplied by 2 divided by 100. The next one, and that equals 5,980. Okay. The next one is how much USC he earns between 16,016 and 10,036. You take the two of them away from each other to find the difference, and then you multiply this answer by 4 over 100. You can put that directly into your calculator. What you get? Sorry? 200. Okay. The first one here is not 5,980. That's quite large. So what you say was? 200 and? 200.72. To say that we have to pay, 5,000 was way too large, okay? So what's the answer for the second one, Brian? 239.20. Okay. Now finally we're going to have to get what's in excess. How much money do we earn over 16,016? So all what we got to do here is get 54,000. We're going to take away 16,016, and we're going to multiply that by 7 over 100. And what do we get? 2,658.8. Now, 0.88, no bother. To find the full charge, we're going to have to add all 3 of these together. So the full USC charge is going to be when we add all 3 of these together. And what do we get? Add them together. So we're just waiting for the addition here. 3,000. 3,900. 98.880. Okay, so that's our USC charge. Now, in this question, it wants to find out how much you paid in USC. I'm going to add a third part to this question. And the third part of this question is I want to know the take-home pay. Okay? Or the take-home wage. Take-home pay. So we're going to do the full question now and take away all the deductions just for the sake of practice here. Okay? So the second part is PRSI. Usually we do PRSI next. Okay? And to get PRSI we multiply 54,000 by 4%. So PRSI, which is in blue, is 54,000 multiplied by 4%, which is 4 over 100. And what do we get when we do that? 2,460. 160. 2,160. Okay. Now we're on to the income tax. Okay. The income tax is broken up into two stages. It's broken up into, and we're going to do this in green, it's broken up at tax at 20% and tax at 42%. Now, can anybody tell me what is the standard cutoff? How much money do you get taxed at 20% in the question? When you go up this, it's 36,000. The standard cut-off rate is 36,000. That's going to be 36,000 in here, and you're going to multiply that by 20%, aren't you? 20 over 100. And what do we get? So what do you get? 7,200. Now, the next one is we have to find how much money we make over 36,000. So what we can do is we can get 54,000. We can take away 36,000. And then whatever answer that is, we can multiply by 42%, yeah? It is 42%? Yep, 42%. And what answer is that? It's basically the same as 18,000 multiplied by 42%. So what do we get? 7,560. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to find out what our gross tax is. So what's our gross tax? Gross tax is when you add both taxes together. So gross tax is add 7,200 to 7,560, and what you get? I'm going to go for 14,760. Okay. Once you have your gross tax, that's tax you're meant to pay to the government. But there's something called tax credits. That means you pay less. So we go up to the top and we read that the tax credit is 4,300. Okay, 4,300. You take away 4,300, and your income tax is going to be. It's going to be 10,460. Now, the next thing we got to do, we've just after answering the question for the income tax. So what we got to do next is we got to get our total deductions together. So our total deductions is the USC plus the PRSI plus the income tax. So what happens when you add all them together? So let's put in all three numbers, okay? The USC is going to be, what did we say the USC was? 3,098.80. So that's 3,098.80. What's the PRSI? 2,160. And what's the income tax? The income tax was 10,460. Add all three together and what you get? 15,718.80. That's your total deductions. Finally, take home pay is going to be your gross salary minus your deductions. So what we get there is 54,000. Take away 15,718.80. And what do we get? 281.20. Okay.